For over 30 years, the murder of Dana Bradley haunted St. John's, Newfoundland, as the search for her killer seemed to stall at every turn. But in 2014, a man who has only been named as Robert, a pseudonym used to protect his identity, came forward with an astonishing claim that would reignite the investigation. Robert, now an adult, said that he had witnessed Dana's death when he was just a young child. The memory had been buried for years, but now, desperate to speak the truth, he felt compelled to share what he knew. Robert's story was chilling. He said that on December 14th, 1981, he was in a car with his 4-year-old brother and a family friend named Thomas Carey, who was also a pedophile. Tragically, Robert happened to be one of his younger victims at one point in his life. The car, Robert claimed, belonged to his father, a 1972 Dodge Dart, but Carey had borrowed it and was the one driving that day. Now, on this day, Robert's parents were out, and Carey had offered to take the kids to McDonald's on Topsail Road. After enjoying their meal, as they were leaving the parking lot, Robert recalled, Carey spotted Dana trying to hitch a ride. Dana, feeling at ease with the 2 young children in the back seat, felt comfortable to take it. On the way, Robert said Dana was chatty, and she even gave Carey her home address during the ride. Robert would say, quote, "When she got in, she turned around. I remember her asking what our names were and what grades we were in. And, the younger child, was being really quiet, and I had to explain to her that he wasn't yet going to school. But as the drive continued, something shifted. Dana's demeanor changed, and she became increasingly uncomfortable because Carey was driving further away from her home. He eventually stopped in a remote wooded area. According to Robert, Dana rejected Carey's advances, which led him to become violent. Robert would say, she tried to jump out of the car going up a couple of sections of those hills, and he'd grab a hold of her and he'd speed up, and he kept telling her he was going to turn around, and eventually he pulled off up there into some kind of pit. He kept saying that he just wanted a kiss. She was crying and fighting him, and eventually, and it wasn't very long, she scratched him on the face, pinched him or something, because he jumped up, and she grabbed at the door and got out and bolted. He got out. One of the things I remember is how quickly he got out of the car and bolted after her. Robert described how Carey struck Dana over the head with a tire iron, then placed her body in the trunk of the car. Robert, who was just 6 years old at the time, had witnessed the entire thing.